Dawn breaks with a sudden crack in the air. The quiet morning jumps like a drum struck by a giant hand. The sound rolls across the village and shakes every ear awake. A sharp scream pulls everyone from their homes. Doors fly open, feet hit the ground, and loud voices rise at once. What was that? Who is shouting? Feet race toward the old mango tree. Dust lifts under the rush as more bodies join the stampede. The air fills with worried breaths and hurried footsteps. A boy points and yells, "Look!" Her finger is burning. His voice cuts through the noise like a blade. Heads turn fast. Ao stands shaking with a red-hot ring on her hand. The ring glows like fire trapped in a circle. Gasps break out. Hands fly to mouths. Smoke rises as people back away in fear. The ring hisses like an angry snake, and the heat seems to push the crowd back even more. Ao cries, "I didn't buy it. Someone gave it to me." The words spark a new burst of panic. Who gave it? When? Why her? Villagers pull and twist, but the ring won't move. Strong hands try again. Another pair tries. Nothing works. The ring only burns brighter. A loud voice cuts through the crowd. Who brought this ring here? Everyone freezes. The voice carries the weight of order and warning. The crowd stays silent as fear spreads like fire. Eyes drop, mouths stay shut. No one wants to guess. No one wants to be wrong. A masked figure watches from the shadows. The mask tilts slightly as if pleased. The figure steps back before anyone notices. The voice turns toward the bravest young warrior. Find the truth before more rings appear. A firm nod follows. The task is clear. The danger is real. And the next step of the story begins. A quick meeting forms under the big tree. People gather fast, breath tight, eyes watching for answers. The air feels heavy with worry, and everyone waits for the truth. Strange rings are spreading in other villages. The warning cuts through the crowd like a whip. Fear moves from face to face. Hands tighten. Voices fall silent. One figure steps forward, eyes sharp and ready. Shoulders steady, feet planted strong. The crowd turns toward the brave step. "I saw Kuma selling rings last night." Gasps rise. Heads swing to each other. The news hits hard. He smiled too much. Too friendly. More murmurs follow. Too many smiles, too many secrets. Yes, I don't trust a man who gives gifts for free. Short words, but they strike deep. Wisdom learned from elders echoes in every ear. An old legend slips into the open. Rings that hold spirits, the voice says. Rings that sleep until someone foolish wakes them. Eyes widen. Old memories stir. Wrong hands wake the spirit. Bad things follow. The warning lands like a stone in water, sending ripples through every heart. We track Kuma today. A bold choice. No waiting. No fear. Only action. Find the truth before more rings show up. The command seals the mission. No one moves until the words fade. Behind a hut, a figure hides, listening with a slow smirk. Shoulders shake with quiet laughter. Plans shift in the shadows. Let them follow. They will fear what they find. Cold words float into the wind, dark and sure. The two pack fast. No time to waste. Quick hands grab what they need. Feet move with purpose. Before sunrise, they walk the village road together. The journey begins and trouble waits ahead. Fresh footprints press through the dust, leading forward. Eyes narrow. Steps quicken. Movement sharp and silent. The trail does not lie. Loud voices pull the two toward a busy town center. Shouts rise like thunder. Doors slam. Pots crash. The crowd swirls in confusion and fear. Angry villagers argue over rings that won't come off. Hands twist and pull. Faces flush red with worry. Words fly fast. Tension hangs like a heavy cloak. A man holds up his hand and yells, "He said it brings luck." Eyes widen. Voices echo back, full of disbelief and anger. Now my hand burns like fire. Another voice screams. Heat spreads through words. Fear jumps from person to person. Worried looks exchange silently. Rings glow on other fingers, one by one. The curse spreads in visible sparks. Silence briefly settles, thick and uneasy. This curse is spreading fast, comes a whispered warning. Eyes follow the glowing hands. Hearts beat quicker. A figure steps forward, smiling as if nothing is wrong. Calm spreads like smoke. Yet every eye senses danger. False peace hides sharp teeth. Why blame me? Maybe you fear good fortune. Words curl like a snake, twisting blame. Faces tighten with anger and suspicion. A ring is handed forward. Try it. No fear. The challenge floats in the air, sharp as a spear. A firm step backward. I don't take tricks from liars. Confidence stands tall. Courage meets deceit head-on. Eyes catch strange symbols etched on a bag. Old marks from old stories. Knowledge hums through memory. These marks, from old stories, a whisper confirms. A smirk flashes, then nothing. Movement disappears into the forest. Shadow hides the danger, leaving the town tense and quiet. The trail leads onward. Feet follow fast. breath held tight. Darkness shifts. A faint light calls from the shadows ahead. Inside, dozens of rings glow faintly. Light dances like spirits moving in unison. Mystery grows sharper. Danger whispers. A voice crawls from the shadows. Take the ring. Or the ring takes you. The words coil around every thought, chilling and alive. Gasp. This metal is alive. Someone woke a spirit. The warning burns with truth. Old tales flicker in memory. A figure steps out from darkness, unannounced. Shock freezes the moment. The world tilts. Surprise hits with weight. Chief, what are you doing here? Voices rise, disbelief cutting sharp. I asked for one ring to protect our land. Comes the confession. Simple words, heavy with meaning. Kuma made many, and now it is out of control. The crisis lands fully. The damage is clear in every hand, every glowing finger. You trusted the wrong man. Look at the damage. Anger meets betrayal. Words strike like fire. Silence falls. Broken trust hangs between them, thick and painful. Hearts quiet. Eyes shift. A pause of understanding. Rings rattle and shake on their own. Small tremors grow into urgent motion. Metal hums with hidden life. One ring leaps into the air. Alive, wild, sharp as thought. Eyes follow, frozen in awe and fear. A deep voice booms. Find the master. Free me. The sound shakes every bone. Power presses in. The spirit awakens fully. Feet stand firm. Hands tighten. We face Kuma tonight. No more running. Resolve cracks through fear. The next battle begins. The path forward is clear. Thunder cracks across the sky. Dark clouds roll in, heavy and fast. The air hums with danger. Eyes turn upward. Hearts tighten. Every step feels urgent. Suddenly, every ring in every home glows at the same moment. Light flashes like fire in hundreds of hands. People gasp. Fear leaps through the village like lightning. Voices erupt. The rings? They're awake. Villagers run outside, shouting, pointing, hands twisting at glowing fingers. Panic spreads thick and fast. Eyes lift to the distant hill. A beam of strange light marks a figure in control. Shadows stretch long, and tension spikes. The path forward is clear and dangerous. A figure stands tall on the hill, staff raised high, a ring forming the top like a crown of power. Every eye follows, frozen by strength and command. I control them all. These rings hear me. The words shout across the village. Authority cracks like thunder, forcing fear into every heart. Rings shake violently around every home, spinning, rattling, angry as spirits woken from slumber. Sparks of light leap. Panic climbs higher. Without hesitation, the brave figure charges up the hill. Feet pound, arms swing. Fear is nowhere to be found. Action leads the way. Flying rings cut through the air, sharp as hawk's talons, spinning, slicing, hunting. Wind whistles. Danger strikes from every side. You won't scare me. The words shout over the chaos. Courage pushes forward with every step. Determination burns in the chest. Eyes catch the antagonist's bag. Symbols carved deep begin to fade, glowing faintly. Knowledge sparks in quick minds. The moment to act comes. Sand flies. Hands throw it hard. Break, break, break. The words slam with motion. Symbols vanish, broken like fragile glass. Rings drop midair. Power falters. Glowing fury falls silent, tumbling to the ground. The threat weakens visibly. Relief flickers. A deep voice echoes, rolling from the fallen rings. Mystery deepens. The words grip attention. Nothing moves without listening. You are not my master. You only broke my sleep. The revelation hits like a drumbeat. Truth shakes the hill. Control shifts. No, you serve me. Screams erupt. Shock cracks the command. Fear spills into the strong figure. Power slips through grasping hands. A burst of light explodes. The spirit turns, a force no one can ignore. Power shifts suddenly, wild and unbroken. The figure falls to knees, screaming in fear. Authority is gone. Control is lost. The air stills for one heartbeat, heavy and full. Seizing the moment, the hero leaps forward. Movement is swift, unstoppable. Action meets opportunity. The fight finds its pivot. The staff shatters under one hard strike. Crack. Power fractures. Symbols die. Rings clatter to the ground, silent and powerless. The antagonist runs into the dark, screaming for help. Fleeing what cannot be controlled. Shadows swallow the fear, leaving only retreat. The storm begins to calm slowly. Breath returns. Villagers gather, eyes wide, hearts easing. Relief moves through the crowd like soft rain. You saved us. But where did the spirit go? The question lingers in the air. Mystery remains unbroken, leaving minds to wonder and fear what might come next. Rings go dark across the village. Light dies in hands that once glowed. A collective sigh rises like wind through the trees. Tension releases, but eyes remain wary. A hand rips free from the final ring. "It's over," shouts a young voice, strong and certain. Relief spreads instantly. Others follow, peeling rings from fingers, one by one. Fingers shake, eyes widen, but laughter begins to bloom. Hands clap, feet stamp in celebration. The crowd rushes forward, seeking answers. Questions spill, fast, urgent, and loud. Where did this end? Who saved them? Voices intertwine with curiosity and relief. Cheer rises from every corner. "You saved us," echoes through the village. Joy is loud, bright, unstoppable. Gratitude flows like a river, carrying every worry away. A figure steps forward, shoulders heavy with past mistakes. Words come slow. "I hid the truth. I was wrong." Admission cracks open trust and fear together. "Secrets only bring danger," comes a sharp reply, firm and unwavering. Eyes meet, understanding growing. "We stay together from now on," follows, strong and clear. Attention shifts to broken pieces of metal, scattered and lifeless. They are gathered carefully, treated with reverence. "These must never wake again," comes the warning, quiet but heavy. Steps carry the pieces far beyond the village gates. Hands dig deep, soil turned with care. Silence reigns. Every movement is deliberate, almost sacred. Pieces vanish into the earth under an old, sturdy tree. A simple stone marks the spot. Respect and vigilance are etched into the ground. Night settles slowly over the village. Darkness creeps in soft and calm. Winds fade from stormy rage into gentle breezes that whisper through leaves. Villagers gather together, close in circle and spirit. Calm spreads through them, small but growing. Breath slows. Hearts ease. Children whisper in cautious wonder, "Is the danger really gone?" Curiosity and fear mingle, soft and honest. Elders answer with wisdom and patience. Peace comes back step by step. The words carry authority, echoing truth across quiet faces. Silence lingers, but it is different now, safe, measured, full of possibility. The village breathes together, watching the night settle, knowing the struggle ended, but the lessons will stay forever. Elders gather the children close to the fire, eyes wide, hearts beating fast. Every small hand reaches toward the warmth. A shiny ring is held high. "Look close," comes the warning. The light bounces across curious faces. "Never trust gifts from strangers." The voice cuts through the quiet. Heads nod slowly. Whispers begin to stir. "But it looks so nice," comes a soft murmur. The caution meets innocent wonder. Shiny things can hide big danger. The answer comes firm and steady. The warning is clear, yet the curiosity lingers. Stories flow next. Tales of deceit and tricks. Quick lies, easy promises, traps for soft hearts. The children listen, rapt and silent. Words can bite harder than snakes. The caution echoes sharp and alive. Eyes widen as understanding grows. A figure steps forward, face heavy with lessons learned. "Secrets almost broke our whole village," comes the admission. Respect fills the space. Voices rise in agreement. "We learned." "No more shadows," they say together. Commitment binds the group like firelight. Strength is spoken next. True strength is not magic hits, smart choices. Young minds absorb, nodding, learning fast. "And we stay strong when we stand as one." Another adds, firm and sure. Unity becomes more than words, it becomes a promise. A small shout rises, "We choose together now." Energy sparks through the circle, lively and bright. Another ring appears, held up with care. "Always think before you wear anything," the reminder comes. The weight of the lesson sinks deep, especially a ring. The children respond in unison. The lesson is claimed, repeated, understood. The fire crackles. Silence falls, deep and full. Every pair of eyes reflects the light, the warmth, the knowledge shared. Some rings shine bright. The final words drift through the firelight, calm and deliberate. But the brightest light is a wise mind. The end comes. Heads bow, minds alert, hearts ready. The lesson settles like the fire's glow, strong and enduring.